game.
It's about that time.
Stoned on Sports.
Morning, everybody. You're tuned in to Stoned on Sports Fantasy Football. It is Tinker time. We are here to help you with all of your last-minute lineup decisions to help get you ready for the day and on to victory. Kyle, how are you, buddy?
Doing great. It's a great day. We got a overseas game in Germany that's going on. Carolina's winning. I needed the Giants to win or lose by a few instead. But of course, that's how it goes, right?
Pretty much. There's
And
still
then,
time. Giants are driving.
Yep.
They're down there close.
I'm ready for 7 hours of commercial-free football, and then we get the Lions tonight against Houston. So very good stuff. Dubo and Captain in the chat. What's up, guys? Good luck to you as well.
What's up, fellas?
Everybody got any start-sit questions? Shoot them in the chat. We'll answer every and all of them. We got some inactives. Amari Cooper is out, so the Bills are going to be hurting at receiver because Keon Coleman was already listed as out earlier in the week or the other day. So, yeah, fire up your Khalil Shakirs and maybe Dalton Kincaid find the end zone too.
Yeah, Dalton Kincaid hasn't really done much. I mean, if he's going to, you would think this would be the week. You've got Michael Pittman out on the other side of that game. So if you're a Josh Downs manager, I'm sure you're happy to see that news. And you know, we've talked at length about his connection with Joe Flacco there. I think the Colts are going to win that game. I think that's their game this season that they win that they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Honestly. Dubo's got a question for us. Rico Dowdle or Rashad White?
Philadelphia is very tough against running backs, and that's tough. Maybe they run on the rushing game more with Dallas, even though it hasn't really looked good all season with Cooper Rush behind center, to take some pressure off him. I kind of feel like, though, that Rashad White might be the way to go here. I kind of see Tampa Bay coming from behind or some garbage time or negative game script, however you want to say it. And I think Rashad White should benefit.
Yeah, I agree too. I think there's going to be some points put up in that game. I think, you said it, Dallas's offense is going to struggle. They already were struggling, and now it's going to be even fucking worse. Rashad White is the play.
Yeah. Even with all, Bucky being there and Tucker being there, I still think Rashad White's the play.
Yeah. And then he's asking, any insider news on Nico? Would love to start him again. Look, here's the thing. Kyle and I can report per sources, Nico's going to play tonight.
Right. He must play. We both have him in separate leagues, obviously. And we're rolling the dice. And Amari Cooper was out. He was going to be my backup option, really. And I'm rolling with him. He better play. He's got to play. Otherwise, I'm picking up John Mechie in a panic.
Well, like I said, I trust our sources, and that's what they tell us. Nico Collins is going to be on the field. Now, he might not have his usual snap share. Maybe he's only out there for 35 snaps or something like that. That's a consideration that we need to keep in mind, but he's going to play.
Yeah.
Loud Boy agrees.
And, it's a big game. It's a primetime game, Sunday night against the Lions. One of the best teams in the NFL. Those are the games you definitely want to play, and hopefully he does and gets us all some points.
Yeah, they got a couple game lead in the division there, they're ahead of the Colts, and they took the season series from them as well. So they've got like a 3-game lead, but still, you'd think they'd want to try and sit on that. I think back to when Puka come back a couple weeks ago, right? He was out there for limited snaps, but he's Puka Nacua. He's Nico Collins. He can do damage on that kind of snap count.
Yep. I agree. He must play. He must. play.
We got Christian McCaffrey back. Oh, hold on. We got Jack here. Wants to know, will Ramondre get in the end zone again today? That's a good question, and those are tough to bet. They're in Chicago. It's going to be windy, which, surprise, surprise, wind in Chicago. Who would have thought?
Right.
You might get a little bit of rain there. Chicago's defense, they've been pretty solid. Honestly, they're not the top tier defense I think that we were expecting just based on what they've done the past couple of years, but they're still pretty damn good. I think they're mid-range against running backs with the wind, 15-mile-an-hour wind, gust 25, 30. Okay, that's going to affect deep balls, but not stuff close to the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be a full playbook kind of day. It's not going to be a weather game. He's got as good a chance as anybody to get in there. I
Sure.
need him to. I roster him in a league, and I need all the points I can get because, Jamar Chase was a thing on Thursday night with his, 280 and 3 or whatever the hell it was. And Joe Burrow going for 5 touchdowns. Again, there's some folks out there that have a hole to dig themselves out of. And I'll be the first to raise my hand and say, I'm one of those people.
I think he's got a great chance. Bears have allowed 8 rushing touchdowns to running back so far this year, while allowing 5-1 a carry. So he's got a chance to do some damage today. Supersonic, Shakir or Downs. I mean, that's a flip a coin for me. It's straight. It's real close. I probably lean slightly towards Downs.
Yeah, I'm going to go Downs as well. I understand, you've got all those folks out for Buffalo. Khalil Shakir plays in the slot. Well, the Colts' best cover corner covers the slot in Kenny Moore. Where they're really vulnerable in their secondary is on the outside. With Michael Pittman being out, we talked just a few minutes ago, Josh Downs and Joe Flacco have some really good chemistry. Downs is the call.
Yep, good stuff. Holly, welcome to the show. Appreciate you stopping. And she's got a question. Bench one, CeeDee Lamb, Garrett Wilson, Puka Nacua, or Cooper Kupp?
That's a tough one. I'm always leery of running out teammate receivers there. I mean, if you're going to have a pair, those are the two to have. Garrett Wilson has been a target monster, even with Devontae Adams there. Between the two of them, they account for something like a 65% team target share. CeeDee Lamb, he's had that monster game. He had a decent game earlier in the season. Now he gets Cooper Rush going at quarterback. CeeDee Lamb isn't going to be worthless, but I think from here on out, I consider him more of a mid-range wide receiver too. And just with that in mind, I'm going to bench CeeDee Lamb.
Wow. Ouch.
You got a stacked room there though, Holly.
Yeah, that definitely is. It is weird starting 2 teammates at a time, but yeah, the odd man out CD, and I never thought I'd say that this season or ever really about CeeDee Lamb. Good luck, Holly. We're here every Tuesday and Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern with our weekday shows. And then, of course, here every Sunday, 12 noon Eastern. Give us a like and subscribe if you like what you hear there. Next question we got is Jack House again. Stand by. I missed it here. Eckler, Lad McConkey, or Ramondre Stevenson in a flex. Ooh, I kind of B-Rob's out again. I kind of like Eckler today. I'm leaning that matchup there against Pittsburgh. I think Eckler could see some extra work. Obviously, carrying the ball probably a bit more, but he's so good in the receiving game.
Yeah, he really is. And we were talking even on Thursday how Chase Brown had that tough matchup against Baltimore. You're saying he can make his hay through the air, and that's what happened. Lad McConkey, I think that's going to be a really low scoring game, the Chargers and Titans. Ramondre, sure, could he find the end zone? Yeah, but I don't know. I think that's going to be another really low scoring game. I'm going to go with Eckler as well. I think he gets his damage done through the air. if you're in a PPR. If it's a half, I'm going to go Ramondre just based on volume.
Sure. Holly says she was able to pick up Cup and Nakua off waivers in your league. That's mind-blowing. Great job paying attention to the waivers.
Yeah. Do you have any openings in that league? Because,
Right.
if that's what's available on waivers, I would like to come play.
Right. Good point. Sean Nickerson, welcome to the show. Purdy or Jaden, 6-point touchdowns? Ooh.
So I was faced with a similar decision earlier today, and it was Jaden Daniels or Baker Mayfield. And I ended up going with Baker. I think Purdy's matchup is just as good, if not better than Baker's. Pittsburgh is pretty damn tough. And I understand running quarterbacks are kind of like a cheat code. I think this is going to be a Purdy game, though, and I'm going to go with him.
Yeah. And he was part of our Thursday show, part of our start list. Purdy was, and Matt felt very strongly about him in that presentation. So Dubo. Loud Boy in the chat. Brian Thomas Jr. or Deebo Samuel. I think Deebo's expected to play today from what I read. I really like BTJ though as well. What do you think, man?
I'm going to go with Deebo because I don't trust BTJ and Mac Jones as a combination today. Even though the way to beat Minnesota is through the air, look, I get it. Return of the Mac and Mark Morrison, like that song's been going in my head all day, and that's just, it's a cool ass song. Who doesn't want to hear that?
Sure.
Go with Deebo.
I just don't. And through the air, like, what does that mean necessarily? I think he'll have like a little success there. Mac Jones could. His ADOT will be real short, but pushing the ball down the field, you're not going to see it tonight or today.
Deebo is the call.
Yeah. Whoops. Sorry. Prime, what's up? Start one. Tyreek Hill, D Hop or Mooney? D Hop
So it's
against
not D-Hop.
Denver. Yeah, that's going to be rough against Denver. And when is that Tyreek Hill game going to go? You're going to bench him, and this could be the week. I really like the matchup there with Atlanta and New Orleans. They're hurting in the backfield. Kool-Aid McKinstry's out again. They traded Marshawn Lattimore. I really like Mooney out of these three.
Yeah, D-Hop isn't a consideration for me, even though I have to play him in a league. And it's because of Tyreek Hill and this wrist injury that he's got. He's supposed to be a game time decision on Monday. If you don't have a backup plan, I don't know. I'm not going to play him. I happen to have Jalen Wright, so I slid Hill into the flex, and we'll see what happens.
Sure.
Prime, I think I'm going to go with Mooney here, and just I'm going to take the safe call.
Yep. And Drake London, he's going to play with that hip bruise, that hip pointer, so maybe he isn't out there quite as much, or they don't look to him as much, and maybe Mooney benefits from that a little bit extra this week. Blue Yays in the chat. What's up, north of the border friend there? Appreciate you stopping in.
What's up, Blue?
Heck yeah. Mr. Magic. Got a question. Trade Jamar and Dobbins for Bijan and God, didn't we have a similar question? Anyway, trade Jamar and Dobbins for Bijan and MHJ. His team is Purdy, JT, Dobbins, Jamar, Puka, DK, and McBride.
I'm not doing that. That feels like a trade, just a trade.
Yeah,
honestly, I'd rather have Jamar and Dobbins over Bijan and MHJ anyway. And I don't really see how that makes your team better.
Yeah, he likes Marvin's schedule rest of season, but he's done nothing really, and he hasn't. He's that rapport with Kyler Murray's not quite there yet, and Kyler really hasn't played totally that well this year either. Holly's back. Another question: Lad McConkey, Waddle, or Ridley start one? McConkey's, I think, the play for me.
I think so too. Just, I mean, if I knew Tyreek Hill was going to be out, I'd say Waddle, but you can't really wait for Monday with that. Calvin Ridley hasn't done shit this year whatsoever. Ladd is really coming on. I recognize it's a little bit of a tough matchup, but I have the full faith and confidence in Justin Herbert, and you're really starting to see some chemistry between those two. I'm going to go with Ladd.
And yeah, and they're passing a lot more. So love it. Prime says, not really stressed about this as I normally would be because of Jamar and Burrow stack getting me 100 points. Yeah, can't that might not be the last time something like that happens with them this year. Maybe not 100, but 70 combined would be.
Oh yeah, I mean, and there's a lot of people out there, that woke up on Friday just hating their fantasy life because they're staring at 100-point deficit before any of their people even gets a chance to take the field. That kind of sucks. That was a hell of a game to watch, though. I think going for 2 at the end was the right call, even though they didn't get it.
Especially I was at the time it was 21-7 Bengals. I was like, maybe I'll just kind of hit the sack early, read a book for a while or something and just miss this. And then, it ended up being what it was. And I just kept watching. So Eric Anders, he's got a 12-team-and-a-half PPR. Hawkinson or Laporta this week? Ooh, that is a toughie.
You got JMO back with Detroit, and Laporta ain't really done shit all year. I'm going with Hawkinson. Honestly.
Yeah.
I really don't think either of them are that great of an option this week. Hawkinson probably a little bit more than Laporta just because Jacksonville is a bit of a pass funnel defense.
Right.
Yeah, it is Hawk for me.
I think Hawk this week. I think as well. So, Detroit and Houston and Detroit, for that matter, are both in the top 3 against tight ends in fantasy points. I definitely don't like Laporta. Definitely Hawkinson. He'll get more involved in that offense and lead the way. Start Tua or Cousins this week. It's Cousins for me against New Orleans. They're beat to hell there defensively. Cousins all the way for me.
Same.
And I love it when the accidents happen and you start somebody and they do well. Hell yeah. Holly, Tua or CJ Stroud this weekend and rest of season. Tua or CJ Stroud, sorry. Wow. That's tough. I think Stroud could have something, especially if Nico's back today, could have something put up today against the Lions. They've been a lot better defensively. Yeah, they're hurting up at the front end because Aiden Hutchinson's gone. Zadarius Smith, who they traded, is not going to play in his first game as a Lion yet. That'll have to wait till next week. And so maybe the pressure won't be as bad there for against Houston's offensive line. That's just been not very good trying to protect CJ Stroud. I like Stroud this week. I want to say rest of season too, just how Miami has looked. They're just haven't come out of that funk since Tua's come back, and I'll take Stroud.
See, I'm the opposite. I like Tua this week, and I like Tua rest of season. Once the Texans got a reliable running game, even when you had everybody healthy, you just didn't see the numbers out of Stroud this year that you saw even last year. For better or worse, the Dolphins are going to throw the ball, and they're going to throw it a lot. We've seen the usage that Devon Achane is getting. Tyreek Hill is still going to get his. We've not seen it as much from Jalen Waddle, but that's, Achane's targets have come at Waddle's expense this year, which is kind of surprising. I think just from a pure volume standpoint, I'm going to go with Tua.
Ooh, nice. We got a chance, Matt. Giants are only down 3. 3 minutes left.
You got to love the hook.
Was a plus 3.5 we did? Nice. Yep. All right. Hopefully we'll get her. Mashed po Tua brains. Okay.
He's had his bell rung a time or two. In this game.
And extended mags from Twitch. Base plant on the Giants. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. See what happens.
The resistible force and the movable object.
Yep, for sure. Yep, shoot your questions in there. Anything you got. Again, we'll do a little grovel. Give us a like and subscribe. That way you won't miss it. We're on the march to 100. I think we're at 70 or something. Feels a lot better. We need to get this channel as big as the baseball channel. We're up over 350 or something on the baseball channel. So we got to grow this one, guys.
We can't do it without you guys.
That's right. It looks like so the highest total on the slate there, at least in the 1 o'clock hour, is the 49ers at the Bucks. The total's 50.5 on DraftKings. Currently, San Francisco is favored by -6.5. CMC's coming back. What kind of loads are he going to get today, do you think? Just shooting the shit.
I think somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 to 18 opportunities, just considering the nature of his injury and the time that he missed. If they're bringing him back, he's ready. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to give him 23, 24 carries like we saw out of Jordan Mason, just because they get him the rock in different ways. But I think at the end of the day, even with 15 to 18 opportunities, he can still be
efficient. He's so efficient.
Yeah. He can still be a top 5 running back.
Absolutely. We got extended mags in here from Twitch. Start one at his flex. Kincaid, Quentin Johnston, Noah Brown, or Ray Davis. Kincaid jumps out for me just because of the lack of pass catchers this week that are hurt. How do you feel, Matt?
Yeah,
Quentin Johnston's been on a little heater, but I still want to leave.
But
Kincaid.
Quentin Johnston, though, like a lot of his has been like broken plays and
yes.
resulting touchdowns, and that's not really something you can predict, nor can you count on it.
He's got over 30 fantasy points on broken coverages this season, number 1 in the league. So you're right.
Noah Brown, you are starting to see a little bit of some gelling happen there in Washington with him and Jaden Daniels. I think he's emerging as that second option in the pass offense. Ray Davis, to me, doesn't really have standalone starting value. I understand it's a damn good matchup against the Colts, but their run defense been a little bit better as of late. And just through, process of elimination, we arrive at Dalton Kincaid.
Agreed. Love it.
Good luck, Mags.
Yep. What else you want to talk about?
Well, that's a good question.
Broncos, Chiefs?
Yeah, I think, we talked a little bit on Thursday with DeAndre Hopkins. Like, don't expect a repeat of that performance. I know Zay Jones had some awesome success against that Broncos secondary. Zay Flowers, damn it.
Zay Jones plays for Arizona.
Always, yeah, I know. It just the Zays and the Tanks, and there's too many people with the same name. It's a pain in the ass. Yeah, I think that's going to be a lower scoring game. I think it's going to be run heavy, especially on Kansas City's side. Denver, look, I think they're going to be able to hang around. Right now, the spread on that game, the Chiefs are laying 7.5 with a total at 42.5. So Vegas is telling us, it's probably going to be a boring watch. But these divisional games, once you start getting into November, they just have a different feel to them. Sure. I think Denver covers the spread in that one. I think it goes under the total. And if you're a fan of either team, you might enjoy watching it. But, for the rest of us, maybe not.
Nope. Extended Mag says, thanks. Giants are playing bad, and they have for a while, and they chose to trade for Brian Burns instead of maybe drafting for a quarterback this year.
Hey, they're getting, they're paying Daniel Jones $40 million to do whatever the hell it is he's doing out there. He did run one in.
Yeah, well.
The turnovers have kind of hurt this team.
Right.
Chuba Hubbard, 24 for 146 and a touchdown.
Love it. Got him in the league. Love it.
Just got paid this week. And he was somebody people were taking at the end of drafts. The guy's been a top 10 running back, top 12, something like that, on just a shit-ass team.
Yep. Well, plenty of volume. And he's still producing with Bryce back there, which I was a little nervous about a couple weeks ago. Extended Mags, thought on Kansas City's defense. They're solid. They are damn good. If you got them, I'd start them every week. Really.
Yeah. Same. If they're my team, they're a set and forget. Until the bye, which I think they already had theirs.
A little Ron
Maybe full
Popeil.
of shit.
I can't remember if they did or not.
Steelers and commies today. This is going to be a big test for Jaden Daniels. That Steelers defense is pretty damn good. They can get after the quarterback. They've got a good secondary. They can stop the run. Like, they're just overall a very sound defense. They're without Brian Robinson. Terry McLaurin is going to see a lot of Porter. How do you see this game shaking out?
Oh, it's going to be rough. I think, the Steelers are going to have to do a damn good job of containing Jaden Daniels. I don't think that you can't fully, stop him. You can only hope to contain him, right? And they have to limit some of that damage that he can do on the ground for them to have a chance. On the other side, Washington's defense is kind of suspect, especially the back end. Yeah, they just reinforced it this week with Marshawn Lattimore, but he was dealing with a hamstring injury before the trade, and he's not going to play yet. And you got Russell Wilson's ability to the deep ball, push the ball down the field. I like Pickens in this game very much.
So do I. I think, especially with Lattimore not playing, and we've already seen that defense struggle. This is a George Pickens game. I think really Najee can do some work today.
It might. I don't know if he'll hit 100 like he has been, but I think he'll still be a very solid play. Yep.
Austin Eckler, how do you think he's going to do today?
He should, just like we talked about the damage that Chase Brown did during Thursday's game during the air. I think Eckler has a great shot to do something similar there. He's going to get he'll get some extra carries there. What's the other guys there? McNichols. Yeah, I think he'll obviously get a lot more carries. I think you might see him get more carries than Eckler, and you might see, like I said, I really like Eckler in this game, especially in PPR leagues.
Yeah, today, just kind of looking through the games, there's nothing that really sticks out from a fantasy perspective other than the Niners and Buccaneers game. The Vikings and Jags, all right, maybe that'd be a little bit more appealing if Trevor Lawrence was playing. The Saints have given up on the season. The Steelers and commies, all right, that one could give us something decent. Patriots and Bears, that's good for the fans of those teams. You got something to watch. Same with the Titans and Chargers. I think the Chargers are going to be able to put up some points on the Titans today. Philly and the Cowboys. No, it's going to be ugly. Philly's going to run away with that one, even
Dallas
with it being
is going to lose at home again.
Yes.
There's just not. Now, Jets Cardinals, we haven't really touched on that one too much. It's a close game. Jets are just -1.5 on the road. Arizona shocks people here and there, teams that they probably shouldn't beat, that they do beat. They haven't been very sharp unless you're James Conner. That's really about it.
Sure. And Trey McBride.
Team, but and McBride, sure. Yep, of course. But you saw Garrett Wilson and Devontae have pretty good games last week, and Breece Hall's been on a tear. And Aaron Rodgers he's not the same guy. Obviously, he's not. But he doesn't have to do that much with all those playmakers.
Holy shit, he caught that. Sorry, I looked over at the game. The Giants are in the 2-minute drill here.
Trying to win?
Yeah. Oh, no, that shit hit the ground. Yeah, the Cardinals, I don't know. For me, they're a tough team to solve because, you look at their defense and you do it from the 10,000-foot view and you're like, ugh, I'll gladly take anybody going up against them. But then, they're kind of like the total is greater than the sum of the parts kind of thing. At times they play some really good team defense. Buda Baker is a fantastic player out there for them as well. Just Kyler Murray, I never really see him improve, I guess. It's like he's plateaued in his development, and I felt that way now for a couple of years. Granted, he had the ACL injury, but
Sure.
still.
Let's got Austin Van Spange. If I messed that up, sorry, apologize. Trade Bijan for CD and a PPR. I don't think so. Not at all.
No, I want the Bijan side of that. If you have Bijan and you're looking to shop him for a wide receiver, you can do better than CD with no Dak.
Yeah, agreed.
Thanks for stopping by, Austin. Good luck.
Heck yeah. I think the Jets are going to win this game. Not by a ton, but they'll probably shoot themselves in the foot at least once. And that defense, I think, will start to play a little bit better. They're still got playmakers at every level. They're very good.
Yeah, I think if anything, it'll be Aaron Rodgers that holds them back this year. The defense seems to have taken a step back. Sauce isn't playing as well this year as he has the past couple of years. He's still damn good, but just not as good. Yeah. We got the Lions. I know we've talked about them a little bit, but let's talk about them some more. You know why? Because it's my show or our show. Right. 3.5-point favorites in Houston, 49.5-point total. You and I were talking the other day. We both think the Lions are going to win by a touchdown, maybe a little bit more, maybe a 10-point game. Do you still stand by that?
Yeah, sure do. I just don't. I don't see. I don't see them beating the Lions. I just do not. I'm thinking with my brain, not just my heart.
That's good.
Can't happen. And can Houston drag off some plays, some big plays in the pass game? Probably. If Nico's playing, if Tank Dell's playing, I think they're going to have trouble running the ball. Houston is against that rushing defense of the Lions. They're damn good. Top 5 rushing defense.
Yeah, they are. I mean, but still, CJ Stroud is a damn good quarterback. Houston is going to move the ball.
Yeah,
I think, we're going to see anybody who's been a Lions fan for more than a minute knows their long history with bend but don't break defenses. We see a little bit of that with them this year. It's just a very dangerous way to live.
it is. Totals. Where are the Lions? Yeah, Lions have only allowed 6 passing touchdowns this year. It could be rough for them. They have 11 picks on the year. They have at least 1 pick in each of their 8 games played. So even though the pass rush isn't, very good with the Lions, with Aiden being out, Zadarius Smith not being able to play yet, and they're going to have to rely on, Pascal and James Houston and stuff. Stroud could have a rough day because that defensive backfield, they're a lot of ball hawks back there.
Yes, there are.
I mean, Kirby Joseph, I think we had a draft or something, and somebody drafted Kirby Joseph, and we were just like, why the hell are you drafting Kirby Joseph? He's one of the league leaders in interceptions this year.
He's been playing crazy. Great. So we got a couple questions here in the chat. Loud Boy is asking J.K. Dobbins or Najee Harris. I think I'm gonna lean Najee on that one. I understand Dobbins is coming off a really good game. I think they're equivalent running backs. I I think Harris has a much better matchup today.
Yeah, agreed. And Najee's he's going to get his the volume's pretty much there, and the Chargers are passing more. So they faced a lot of stacked boxes in the beginning of the year, and they still ran the ball well, and now they've decided to let it air out a little bit and remind everyone what Justin Herbert can do. So Dobbins is running a little bit less now. It's Najee for me as well.
Sweet. And we got the boss man. Pick one for flex full PPR. Kareem Hunt, Aaron Jones, J.K. Dobbins.
I think we could probably eliminate Hunt against Denver. Maybe in a standard league, we might say yeah or something, but I think you can kind of eliminate Hunt. Even though it's hard to eliminate that volume, I just think it might be tough sailing for him today.
I think so too. I will also say, though, just based on what we've seen of him and his usage, I think out of those three, he has the best chance to find the end zone.
Getting the end zone. Yeah. I was going to say, he's definitely got a nose for the end zone. I think he's got 5 rushing touchdowns already. He's only been there, 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
Yeah, something like that. He's done really well. I mean, this is a good problem to have because these are 3 good options. Aaron Jones, Jacksonville's all right against the run. They really struggle against the pass. And, we were just talking about J.K. Dobbins. I'm going to go with Hunt here, understanding it's a full PPR and he really doesn't catch. I just think he's got the best chance to find the end zone.
Okay. Heck yeah. Supersonic says, bless you. You have a blessed day as well. Everybody have good luck in their matchups today. Have great luck in your matchups unless you're playing me.
Giants tied it up 17-17 with 5 seconds left. They're headed to overtime in Munich.
All right.
Hopefully it's a field goal game.
Our bet's still in play.
It is. Or if Gano would have missed it, that would have been fine as well.
Yep. Excellent. What's going on in the podcast league? Does anybody play anybody? Oh, you and Loudboy play one another.
Yes. And he has Jamar Chase.
Yeah. And Dubo has a great matchup this week against 2-7 Stinky Nuts over there in Idaho. Yep. Jesus. He's going to be 9-1 after this week. That lucky son of a bitch. Plus, he got, the benefit of, Burrow and his 51 points.
Well, he's having a good week.
Damn you, Dubo. Shakes his fist.
Menacingly.
He is. He's having a good one. Hell yeah. About to be 9-1. It's insane.
The Monday night game's kind of interesting. Dolphins at the Rams.
That's
that game.
Transcontinental travel there.
Look at you with the big words.
Yes.
I think that game is going to have some points scored in it. Well, obviously, it's not going to be a 0-0 tie. God, wouldn't that suck? I had to snag Matthew Stafford in a league. I lost Dak. He's having surgery. His ass is going to be gone.
I like
my what's that?
I said I like Stafford this week.
Oh, so do I. The Dolphins, they've got some good rankings on paper, but it's context dependent, right? You got to dig in a little bit more. Yeah, their pass defense looks fantastic. But at the same time, they were scoring 10 points a game. Teams didn't really need to pass. So, we'll see now that Chua's back and hopefully McDaniel can get that offense figured out. They have not looked great.
I'm running out of time.
Our Dragon here is asking if Khalil Shakir is a good flex this week.
Full go.
It is. And really, it's contextual, right? You've got Keon Coleman and Amari Cooper are both out. Khalil Shakir plays quite a bit in the slot. You got Kenny Moore covering the slot for the Colts. I think if anything, Baltimore is going to lean a little bit more run heavy today. Against that Colts rush defense, and we're going to see a lot of James Cook.
Yeah, you're probably right. Could be a lot of that.
I hope so. I enjoy being right.
Well, savor the flavor.
That's why I do it so often.
Doesn't happen. Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, I can bring up just a slew of our bets and see how we didn't fucking do well. Some days, I tell you, it's nice when you get
Dude,
the big one.
like if things just happened the way I expected them to, I'd be making shit ton of money in the sports book, and I'd be leading every single one of my leagues. As it stands, still score quite a few points. And that's what matters. And then, the universe intervenes and says, oh, I see you've scored the second most points in your league this week. Why don't we just have you play the person that scores the most?
Yeah, and that happens. That's how it goes. I don't know. I'm winning record in all three of my leagues and in playoff position, and definitely in shot of a bye for one of them. God, that'd be great. I would love it. Seems funnier on Twitch. Okay.
That works for me.
Yeah, we can be funny sometimes.
Take the audience from anywhere.
Right, exactly. Which is good. We got 15 followers on Twitch. So, yeah, Hummer Dragon. If you haven't, mark that follow button, would you? Shoot your questions in the chat or forever hold your peace. Lineups are locking here in about 19 minutes or so.
It's almost time for kickoff.
It's almost time for me and Scott Hansen to enjoy 7 hours together alone.
Okay. Is he aware of this or what?
Yeah. Sure.
Hey, Mr. Hansen, why don't you jump in this van for me?
Yeah, I got candy. Bow wow. I got candy. Oh my God. 17. And it's so you're German, you're European, you're to take one of these international games, and it's just the Lions, the NFL just runs out the shittiest of teams for these matchups every year, all the time. Your Jacksonville has a couple home games there every year they agreed to, and they're horrible. It's just, it doesn't seem a good way. You're marketing your game, but you're marketing the shit and stick of it, the shit stick, the shit storm. And
sure, but I mean, you really can't guess going into who would have thought that the Dolphins would have just a couple wins right now?
Well, yeah, I just look at, but I'm really going on a tangent here. You have the soccer leagues, the European football leagues that have exhibition games over here in the United States, and they send over Arsenal and Manchester United and all their top fucking teams, and we send over the Giants and the Panthers. I just think it's odd.
It is.
No comment, he says. No comment. Thought we were going to have a great discussion about that. And they should bring relegation to sports in America. I think that would be the tits.
Think so?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, I think it would be hard to implement at this point.
It
but
would.
I mean, the concept of it, sure.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I think it'd be most feasible in baseball, but
probably
just because there's so many minor league teams.
Yep. You're right. And the Savannah Bananas make promotion this year, and they're going to dance in the field, and that can't happen. Fumble.
Tyrone Tracy.
Shit. Didn't need to see that.
Nope.
Didn't need to see that. That's a bummer.
Well, hopefully the Panthers just kick a field goal and don't score a touchdown so we can win that bet.
Yep. That would be nice. Yep.
Turnovers have been killing the Giants today, though. I think that's their third one.
Dude.
Like, you can't expect to win the game if you can't win the turnover battle.
Daniel Jones, 190 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's thrown 37 times, which is not a recipe for a win.
No, not particularly. He did run one in, though.
Well, I rubbed one out, so we're equal.
Awesome. Hopefully that wasn't on camera before we got here.
I don't know. It just, that's it. You said in, I said out. That's what came out.
Oh,
Yeah, see, told you we're funny.
Yeah, family friendly show here.
Yes, it's marked not safe for kids for a fucking reason, damn it.
No, not made for kids.
Nah, yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Please don't refer to us as not safe for children.
Not, yes.
We have derailed, folks. It's
Yes,
been fun.
we
hanging
have.
out with
All
you.
right, let's get the hell out of here. I'm out. Peace.
That'll work. See you, folks.
All right. Have a good one.